Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a special OCS playoff event. As always, I'm Dan Tortaglione, better known as DTortag1. Today we have Game 2 of Justin Desai versus Eric Spixma. We just saw Jared streamed Game 1. Justin took it by 17. Looks like Game 2 is ready, so let's go ahead and hop in and see what's going on. So Eric is playing Y4Ops. Interesting. Justin playing ROPSv. So two operations decks versus each other. We just saw that Justin won Worlds with ROPS, so no surprise that he's playing it here. Eric playing Y4Ops, so yeah, no. If there's no search and destroy here, that's gonna make this game a little longer than what it should be. Morning, Greg. Glad to see you joining us today in support of your teammate, Eric. Again, Justin won Game 1 by 17. I'm going to change it up. Make it all look pretty. Okay. So let's see. So here we go. Justin taking his Endor shield pulls. He's got Thrawn V, and he's got Admiral Ozzel. I think Mithron Renudo would be the one that you want to grab in this situation to prevent all those X-Wing cannons. You put that onto like the Emperor's shuttle. You lose a force, cancels their weapon destiny, and the Emperor's shuttle sticks around for longer. But I believe that if this is a copy of what Justin played at Worlds, he's got Star Destroyers that should get around all those little X-Wing cannons. But we're going to want to see Justin's going to want to... Yeah, Tarn Mission's going to be the main issue for Justin in this one. Thank you, Justin. Justin. But we're going to see one Desai is going to want to set up really quick here on Ralatier so that way he can do as much damage as he can. I'm assuming that Eric's playing multiple copies of Projection of Skywalker to reduce some of those drains on Ralatier. So in reality, Justin's only going to be doing 2 points of damage just on drains there. Okay, you see that Eric has started Walkling Squadron assignments, and we didn't hit it. Justin going with your standard ROPS start. Justin already has 3 sites out, and there's the Moment of Triumph V, so that way he can get out Iriadu. There's the system. Everything in hyperspeed order. One of the few things that Gemp does there is puts all the cars out in hyperspeed order, so that way you don't have to worry about it. Okay, ooh, getting some early pressure. Ozzel going down to the ground. So Justin kind of taking a risk here with Ozzel going down. You do assume that he's got... So he did take Thrawn and Ozzel with the Endor Shield. No Piet. So he's either got the Piet in hand or he's not really worried about Piet at this point. Okay, he's just got Ozzel down on the ground by himself. If Eric is playing any type of ground presence, whether that's like an EPP, a Yoda, this could just be a little risky for Justin. I know Eric is a teammate of Greg Shaw. I don't know if Greg can shed some light on Eric's deck here. But this is the second Y4Ops that we saw in the OCS playoffs. Paul Myers played the other one against Greg Shaw yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. It could have been a day earlier. The days are running together for me. So that's what happens when you get old. Okay, here we go on to Eric's turn. He's got aim high out. That should reduce any of the retrieval that Justin can get with Imperial Enforcement. Okay, Nar Shaddaa coming down. Again, once Justin flips, all these drains that Eric's going to be doing up in space, they're going to be -1 at Eric's systems. So Eric's going to want to really focus on Iriaidu here. And that way he can maintain a drain of 2, possibly 3. But I do expect to see Justin play the Resistance Shield at some point in this game. And I'm going to go get my cup of coffee. I'll be right back. That'd be really interesting, Jared, to see if this is Jeremy's build. Y4Ops with Weather Vane. I mean, everybody's playing Weather Vane. I've seen it in EBO. I've seen it in Quiet Mind Colony. I've also seen it in Diplo. So any deck that can spread a lot has the possibility of playing Weather Vane. So, but all that. So we saw that Eric went ahead and got Wedge Antilles to Nar Shaddaa. So that's going to be a drain of 2 there for him. Again, it is going to be a drain of 2 until Justin flips. Then it will be reduced down to a drain of 1. Okay, so there's Admiral Piet. Looks like he got it from hand, so expecting to see Justin do all the Admiral Piet pull chain. Yep, there's Commander Desane. Little surprised to see that Eric didn't move Wedge to Ralatier. That would have stopped Justin from being able to flip this turn. Justin did drain, and Eric lost a What Chance Do We Have off of, I believe that was from, yeah, What Chance Do We Have from his hand. The code there's no reason to have it there. So again, good morning. This is a top 16 game of the OCS playoffs. This is game 2 versus Justin Desai versus Eric Spixma. Justin moves over his characters, so he's got Desane, Ozzel, and Piet on Ralatier, just like in the movies. And they're all alone at each of the sites. So Justin did flip, so that drain at Nar Shaddaa will be reduced down to 1. However, Eric will still be able to do his epic event pool, his epic event destiny. If he is greater than 5, Justin would have to stack a card at the site, or at the system, I'm sorry. Okay, Desane will join Ozzel. Piet is by himself. And Justin's going to draw some cards, so. Eric using Walkling, the once per game to pull. There's Haven. Haven's a pretty good card to have. If you're Y4Ops, that's going to reduce the cost of his pilots and his starships at the Yavin 4 system. Also works at Hoth, Alderaan, and Solace, as well as Rendezvous Point. Justin playing Battle Order. It's going to make Eric pay 3 to drain. Eric will drain. Again, it is reduced by 1 here, but more importantly, he's going to be able to use the Restore Freedom to the Galaxy. He draws during that, and that will not make it a liberated system. So with Restore Freedom to the Galaxy, if you have Enforce on the table, you can deploy it. So you don't have to deploy it with the objective. You just have to have it. You have Enforce out there. So whenever you initiate a Force Drain at a battleground system, except a liberated system, you draw a Destiny. Add 1 for each snub fighter present. If the total is greater than 5, they lose a Force. Stack it face down at that system, and the system is liberated. But if your opponent Force Drains at that system, they get the stat card back into their use pile, and the system is no longer liberated. Force Drains are +1 there, and then opponent starships are deployed +1. I think everybody forgets about that text. No, I do. At least in person. I mean, GEMP helps you out, but in person, I forgot about that text. Okay, there's Haven going down to Yavin 4. So after that drain, Justin lost an Emperor Palpatine from his hand. Again, once he gets out the Imperial Enforcement, if he can start retrieving cards, he can start looping Emperor Palpatine's back. Okay, Han Chewie the Falcon going down to Yavin 4. 3PO on the ship, so that way 3PO cannot get restraining bolted. Fortunately, that does take a passenger slot on the Han Chewie and the Falcon, so Eric's only going to have one other pilot there, one other passenger available on the Han Chewie and the Falcon. Wedge runs away back over to Yavin, and Eric should just draw some cards here. So with Wedge over there, again, it is going to get +1 to the Destiny for the Liberation, but it does keep it so that Wedge won't be beaten down by, say, like the Emperor Shuttle or any of those Star Destroyers. Eric's going to draw. He's going to 3PO. Probably end his turn. Let's see what Justin's going to do. So I'm not sure if he's going to drain here because, again, the drains are going to cost him 3. So would you pay 6 to drain for 2? Not sure, but I mean, this is Justin Desai. He is a 3-time world champion for a reason. Eric's going to play They're Tracking Us to activate. And he's going to draw a card into hand, so essentially uses a card to draw another card. I know in Magic that's pretty good. I don't know how good that is in Star Wars. Justin activates 14 here. Let's see, will he get a shuttle into hand with Desane? He does. There's the Emperor Shuttle. So again, we saw him lose the Emperor to the drain there. So now that he's got the Emperor Shuttle, maybe he'll set up. Okay, Justin is going to put some pressure on Eric. He is going to drain. There goes I Hear Me Baby Hold Together off the top of Eric's deck. Drain at the other, the Spaceport's Street. Eric will lose Stay Sharp. Stay Sharp, you can fire a Starship weapon for free. If you have a Han or a Gunner, you can add 2 to it. Any Starship that is hit is lost. Or, if you fire a weapon in battle, add that weapon's Destiny number to your total power. So if you fire the X-Wing Cannon, you get a Destiny of 5 to total power. Okay, Thrawn and the Emperor onto the Emperor Shuttle. Again, like I said earlier, you want Mithron Renudo in this matchup just because he protects from Starship weapons. I mean, don't get me wrong, Grand Admiral Thrawn V is a good-looking card and pretty good card, but not as good as Mithron Renudo in this matchup. Desane will move. Justin's going to draw some cards. So Justin set up battle order for himself, so he will not have to pay to drain next turn. However, with the Emperor Shuttle out, you got to think like Justin needs some sort of protection here from like starship weapons, whether that is a barrier to barrier ship or a ceasefire or something like that. And if you're Eric, you really want to set up some more damage. So you really want to focus on getting Yavin 4 liberated. You might want to try and get out to Donda. I don't know if he's playing it. Just to, one, protect yourself at that 2-0 site. And it would add to your epic event destinies. Okay, so Eric will pay. He draws a 5. That's going to liberate Yavin 4. So just doesn't have to stack a card. And then it is going to be a drain of 1 there. Justin loses a force from his hand. And like I said, it does become a drain +1, so it is a drain of 1 there. He loses Blizzard 1 from his hand. Probably not a useful card in this matchup. Eric revealing Luke Skywalker from his hand to pull red 5. So let's see. This is going to be interesting because, again, red 5 can pull use the X-Wing cannons. So but it looks like red 5 is just going to go to Yavin 4. So not going to challenge that Emperor Shuttle just yet. But now with Luke on the red 5, Eric will be able to start retrieving this turn, next turn. Gold Leader and Gold Squadron 1. Pretty good starship. Adds a destiny with the Rebel Snub Fighter, but more importantly, during battle may cancel the immunity to attrition of 1 starship, but this A-Wing is hit. So you can cancel the immunity to attrition of the Emperor's personal shuttle, so that way Justin would lose complete immunity there. But very thematic card. Just like in Return of the Jedi, this was the A-Wing that took out the Executor. I know, spoiler alert, but very thematic and very good card. So Wedge Squadron 1 slides over to Iriadu, as well as Luke in the red 1. So now with Wedge and Luke there, yep, just as I thought, the Green Squadron 1 will move over as well. But so now that Luke and Wedge are there, Eric would be able to cancel one of the destinies with the Emperor Shuttle, and that's a lot of power. So I think if you're Justin, you're not going to want to fight up in space. But again, with Eric's moving over to Iriadu, that is not going to be a drain -1 there. It would be a drain of 2 essentially, plus if it is liberated, a +1. So that next turn, if Eric drains there, it is the possibility of being a drain of essentially 4. But I do expect, okay, Justin does have resistance out, so it would only be a drain of 3. Okay, but Justin doing some damage. He did pull another Emperor Shuttle from his hand. But he is draining. There goes a Gold Leader in Gold 1. That's a pretty good card. Aquarius, so Eric losing another system. And an all-wings report in. I think if you're Eric, you're fine losing the Aquarius because that is one less system that Justin can run to. Okay, force push to exchange 2 cards with 1 card in his force pile. Expect to see something like, so Eric did save 3 force, so that is a little telling that he's got something like a rapid fire, so that way he can get an X-Wing cannon. There is the Vengeance going down to Ralatier. With the Vengeance there, Eric will not be able to control that system. But more importantly, there's Imperial Decree. So that's going to turn off all 4-strain bonuses. So the 4-strain bonus at Yavin 4 is turned off. The 4-strain bonus at Eriadu, if it is liberated, will be turned off. But again, it's only a drain of 2 there regardless. But so instead of losing instead of losing 4 next turn, it looks like Justin's going to lose 3. But again, he is going to want to run away with that Emperor's Shuttle. There's no reason for him to stick around at Eriadu. Again, Imperial Decree, non-V, whenever you control any 2 rebel-based locations or any 1 planet site and 2 systems, the effect of Revolution and all opponents' 4-strain bonuses are canceled. So it doesn't have to be a battleground system. It can be any. It doesn't have to be a battleground system and site. It just has to be any system, any sites. That's why you see Anthony Howard in his Batmall deck. That's why he runs it. So he's got the Dathomir Maul's Chambers and 2 battleground systems covered. So that's why he does what he does. Okay, also will shuttle up. The Sane will shuttle up as Justin now has multiple characters on Ralatier that will be able to draw Destiny on their own. It still has Piet there. Okay, the Vengeance moves over with Ozzel and Dasane, and there goes the Emperor's personal shuttle flying back over to Ralatier, giving it a little bit more protection. So Justin moves. He has now a Star Destroyer to protect from any of the Starship weapons. But again, the bigger thing is, like Silvergun pointed out in the chat, that Tarn Missin is the bigger issue here. Okay, so Eric will activate, start his turn. As Eric is starting his turn, let's go ahead and give away a Gemp AI booster pack. I believe Jared said I can do that. So if Jared says I can do it, I'm going to do it. Let me double check though really quick. Sorry about that. And what we're going to do today is, I don't know if anybody likes this, but I like to do the whole, what card is underneath this V card? Yeah, we're going to give away 2 Gemp AI series booster packs. Let me pull up a card, and then we'll ask the chat what the underlying V card, what the V card is, and then we'll have you guys tell me what the underlying card is. Okay, so Eric goes to retrieve with Luke Skywalker. Justin plays in balance combo, but Eric plays the It Could Be Worse, so that way he doesn't take the damage. So Eric does retrieve the All Wings combo. And there's the drain of Eriadu. It is a liberated system now. Again, it would be normally a drain +1, but it is no longer. So now Justin has to lose 2 force to the drain. It is Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith off the top of his reserve deck, and a force push as well. Okay, so the card, the first one that we're going to do. Let me pull it up, actually. Let me save it. And I'll pull it up really quick. But we're going to do a what card is underneath this V card. Okay, there's a projection of Skywalker going down. And that's going to turn off some of the damage that Justin is doing. Red 4 coming out. No Red 4 is found in the reserve deck. or no hobby. Okay, this is a top 16 match in the OCS playoffs. We have one game left. Zimwit Skawara versus Brad Kipple. And looks like Eric's just going to drain, and then he's going to move some starships around over to Nar Shaddaa. And there's a Fall of the Legend non-V that's going to allow Eric to pull the weather vane. So yes, he is playing the Jeremy's build from the top 8. Oh, that's awesome. So good call by Jared Napolitano saying that Eric is playing the Jeremy DiPaolo version of this Y4Ops. So we have Justin draining at Rallatier. And again, Eric is going to lose some cards. He lost Fall of a Legend, as well as they're tracking us. Okay, as we go into, like I said, as we go into Justin's deploy phase, let's go ahead and do our first card. Our first card for a Jemp AI booster pack. The first person in the chat who can tell me what the underlying card for Governor Price. So first person in the chat to tell me what the underlying card for Governor Price is will win a Jemp AI Series 3 booster pack. Timo Dussel wins the first one as he was able to do that. Chyler is the underlying card. So we got one more pack to give away. So congrats to Timo. Okay, so the Conquest is barriered. Interesting. I think if you're Justin, you're fine with that. And the reason being, you still occupy the system with just the Conquest. Eric's not going to be able to deploy there unless he's got, like, the Tanev or the Tiderian or Rogue One. Okay, there's Vader's personal shuttle going down to Iriadu. General Veers hopping on as a pilot. Again, that shuttle costs +1 to deploy there. Probably going to see the Vengeance move. Or we could see, I don't know, we could see like the Emperor's personal shuttles move over and dock. Nope, the Vengeance is going to move over to Gavin 4. Interesting. Eric is going to be getting a Destiny to Power there and a Destiny to another Battle Destiny with Haven. Emperor's personal shuttle will slide over as well. Justin not saving any force, so he doesn't have any protection from like with Imperial Barrier. There's co-cleared shield, so if Eric has like Jedi Levitation or anything along those means, he can stack it there and cancel any of the retrieval that Eric would be doing. Eric is still not flipped, interesting enough. He only has 2 rebels out, and he only controls 2 battleground systems. Again, once he is flipped, he can start retrieving into his draw phase. Once during your draw phase, if a system is liberated, you may place a card from your lost pile out of play to retrieve 1 force. He does have 2 systems that are liberated. Again, we'll be doing another GIMP AI booster pack here in a little bit. So if you did not win the first one, do not worry. We'll get that second one here. Timo, with winning the first one, will not be able to win the second one. Sorry, Timo. And thank you for joining us this morning for this Game 2 of your OCS Playoffs Top 16 match against your number 1 seed, Justin Desai, and your 16 seed, Eric Spixma. Justin had the first pick in the OCS draft and went with Eric, as he was the lowest seeded player at the draft. Just to recap some of the stuff that we've seen already in the OCS playoffs. Matt Harrison Trader, your number 2 seed, was taken down by the 15 seed, Bill Kafer. Matt Harrison Trader was one of the more popular picks to advance, as he was your defending champion. He just came off coming in second at Worlds. I believe in the prediction challenge, only 2 people picked Bill to advance. So congrats to those 2 people for picking Bill. Your number 3 seed Bastion Winklehouse defeated Ryan Saracen. Brad Kipple versus Zimwit Skawara will be playing tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune into that one. The 5 seed Connor Britton was taken down by Gavin Ortland. 6 seed was I'm going to kick myself for this one. I don't remember the 6 seed. The 7 seed was Joe Olson. He defeated Steve Baroni. And the 8 and 9 game versus Greg Shaw and Paul Myers. Paul Myers advanced in that one. Oh, 6 and 11 were Mike Kessling versus Drew Lichtenstein. Mike outlasted Drew and advanced in the battle of teammates and best friends. Thank you, Jared. How could I forget Mike? Eric taking his time here, thinking a little bit. Looking at the clock, Eric has 28 minutes left, while Justin has 35. Eric does retrieve with Luke. Again, Justin took game 1 by 17. Eric has to win by 18 to advance. Justin just has to either win the game or lose by 16 or less. Justin had 22 in his lost piles to Eric 33. Again, that matchup was Old Allies versus Walkers. Ooh, there's a red 8 going down in front of the Vader's personal shuttle. Red 8 has a permanent pilot, so Eric's going to probably want to throw out another ship or just an X-Wing cannon to get rid of that Vader shuttle. Veers is the pilot, so Justin will get a Battle Destiny there. Eric plays the Do or Do Not shield. There's that Weather Vane. So the Weather Vane, a newer card from set 19. Christian, our graphics lead, he's the one who came up with this card, and you know what? I like it. I like it a lot. It's really cool. It's different. Unless this card is upright, characters here are lost. If you just force drained or initiated a battle, rotate the card 90 degrees. If it is upright, you may retrieve any one card. If opponent just initiated a battle, unless the card is upright, you rotate it 90 degrees counterclockwise. Clockwise is to the right, counterclockwise is to the left. Or if you're a weather person, cyclonic and anti-cyclonic. Okay, here we go. We have a fight, our first fight. There's the X-Wing cannons. So again, the Weather Vane will rotate 90 degrees clockwise. X-Wing cannon is from rapid fire. Justin has the ceasefire, so he's going to lose 2 cards here to prevent it from being fired. No, he's going to lose 2. He loses Emperor Palpatine and the Grand Inquisitor, so no X-Wing cannons for Eric. Eric does grab the ceasefire. Organized attack is going to make it so that red 8 is power +2 and immune to attrition. So it's going to be power 6. But again, Justin's going to get a Battle Destiny here, and it's going to be +4. So Eric's going to have to peel some cards. So Justin holding on to what he needed to prevent that Vader's personal shuttle from going lost. And he draws a 5. That's going to be becoming 9. So Eric's going to lose quite a bit here. Justin exchanges Kir Kanos with the Grand Inquisitor. Battle Destiny is an 8. And Eric is down by 9. So he can either decide to lose that red 8 or... Thank you. Yeah, I didn't see... Yeah, you have to have an Imperial at the system for it to be +4. Thank you, Timo. So again, Eric's has a big decision here. Does he peel 9? Or is he going to lose 6 on top of the X-Wing? Nope, it could be worse. He's gonna pay the 9 to reduce it by 9. Oh, great play by Eric with it could be worse. It could be a lot. It could have been a lot worse for Eric. He's going to reduce it by 7. So he's still going to have to take 2. Yeah. It would have been cool to see it by 9, just so he doesn't lose any. But he's going to lose an all-wings combo. And an uncontrollable fury. Okay, so Justin, the ceasefire is stacked. And we move on after that battle. So all that happened was that Eric lost 2 and spent 7 to reduce it by 7. Han Chewie and the Falcon's going to move over. Red Squadron 1 moved over as well. Luke moves over. And the green leader in gold and green squadron 1 moves over as well. So I think if you're Justin, you're really fine with this because Eric is going to be able to get 2 Battle Destiny and cancel 1. You're getting 2 Battle Destiny. And the Vader shuttle can run. All he has to do is just run away with the Vader shuttle. Let's see what Justin's going to do. I do assume he's going to drain for 2 this turn. Okay, Justin activates. There goes a barrier off the top of Eric's deck. And Eric is going to be able to retrieve here, so he's not necessarily out of it. So even if he gets down by under that threshold of 16, he's not really out of it. He does need to flip, though. Okay, and there's another drain. Eric will lose effective repairs and Starship Levitation off the top. Justin checking out his Battle Destiny. You know, one of them is a 5. Let's see if he tracked any of those 6s again like he was talking about on Holo Theater from last Wednesday. Grand Inquisitor hops on down to the spaceport docking bay. So I'm just imagining Piet is going to shuttle up to the Conquest. So Justin has 3 Inquisitors on Ralatier at this point. Would not be surprised to see Piet move up to the Conquest, Conquest move over to Nar Shaddaa, and Vader's personal shuttle run over to Ralatier. Or you run with the Conquest over to Iriadu. Vader's shuttle will dock. Veers slides on over to the Conquest. So again, the Vader shuttle is by itself. There's no pilot, so it's a sacrificial. Oh, nope, it's going to run over to Ralatier. Emperor shuttle will run over to Nar Shaddaa, as well as the Vengeance. So again, that is a drain of 0 there for Eric. So abandoning Yavin 4, not a bad move. Thrawn slides over to the Vengeance. Maybe the Emperor will as well. Nope, the Emperor's going to stay on his shuttle. And Justin should just draw some cards here and pass turn. Life Force counts. Justin has 21. Eric, 23. And Justin has 3 cards in his hand, or 4 cards in his hand, as he just decreased his Life Force count to 20. Eric has 4 cards in his hand. Again, these games are brought to you by the Star Wars the Players Committee. All things Star Wars, visit starwarsccgpc.org. And these games are also brought to you by Holo Theater, the best Star Wars CCG Twitch show that is available every Wednesday at 9 p.m. This week we're going to have Phil Asen on as our special guest. Phil, a world champion from 2018? No, 2017. He beat Johnny Chu in the finals. Phil was at Worlds this past year. Okay, Eric retrieves all wings combo. He'll 3PO. See what he's going to do about that conquest here. And if you're Eric, you really don't want to abandon Yavin 4, because if you do, Haven will go into your use pile. I mean, that gets you a force back, but you're reducing the cost of your starships. But I really can't think of any starships he's got left. Gold Leader and Gold 1 is in the lost pile. Most of the good ones are on the table. Red 10 is, Hobby's ship is also in the lost pile. Maybe Greg or somebody can shed some light. Okay, I stand corrected. Red 1, a starship we don't see a lot of with Red Leader. May add Red Leader as a pilot. X-Wings here are immune to talent roll. Once per turn, may use one force to pull a unique Red Squadron X-Wing except for Red 5. Immune to attrition, less than 5. So that's an easy way to get out that Red 8, that Red 10, or whatever Hobby ship is. You can't pull Red 5. Definitely don't see a lot of play by him. I would love to see a virtual Red Leader. Garvin Drace adds 2 anything he pilots when piloting Red 1. Also adds 1 to the maneuver. And there's Red Squadron 4 with Theronet. That is going to flip Eric. So Red Squadron 4 is Hobby's ship. Red 10 is Theronet's ship. He'll move the X-Wing cannons over again with the Red Squadron 4. When firing the X-Wing cannons, may use 2 forces to make it 3. Again, that is Hobby's ship. He wasn't able to find Hobby. So he'll just throw Theronet onto it. Eric will slide on into his battle phase. Don't expect to see a fight here. Nope. Red Squadron 4 will slide on over to Nar Shaddaa. Joined by Red Squadron 1. And Luke. Green Leader and Green Squadron 1 will move over. And that only leaves Red Leader and Red 1. There's a Dark Maneuvers from Justin, just adding to maneuver and power. Not a bad way to get around those pesky X-Wing cannons, and is a trackable 6. So maybe we will see a fight. I doubt it, though. And the only reason I doubt it is, let's see, power 14 to, power 14 to 16 there at Iriadu, plus a Destiny to Power and 2 Battle Destiny. Now, Piet is on that conquest, so if he's got the Imperial Command, he can limit Eric, or he can add. First things first, let's get some drains in for Justin. Drain for 1 at the Spaceport Street. There goes another X-Wing cannon. Eric doing 3PO things. Drain 1 at the spaceport docking bay. There goes an organized attack from Eric's hand. Again, organized attack is what makes your A-wing, or not A-wings, your X-wings and your Y-wings immune to attrition. Tarkin hopping on down onto the Conquest. So he's got Piet, Veers, and Tarkin up there, and we do have a fight. So with Tarkin, Justin can get 2 Battle Destiny. And he will do that. Again, Eric is getting a Destiny 2 power and 2 Battle Destinies himself. There's an Imperial Command, and Justin's going to add a Destiny, not limit. Destiny to power is a 5. That's going to bring Eric up to 21. Again, Justin is going to get 3 Battle Destiny here. We know that one of them should be a 6, as he was tracking around a 6 with the Dark Maneuvers last turn. We have a 4 for the first one. Justin's going to exchange a Palpatine with Hyrcanos in his hand. Oh, he draws a 1, but he can cancel that with Tarkin. He will do that. There's that 6 that he played last turn, so that's going to bring him up to 10 so far. And another 6. So Justin decides up to 35 in power. Eric getting 2 Battle Destinies himself. First one is a 3. Gray Squadron 1. So Eric does have some more starships here. And a 2. There's Hobby. So his total power is going to be 26. 26 to 35 in favor of Justin. Justin's going to have to lose 5 here. I'm assuming it's going to be General Veers. Wow, Eric has to lose 19 into attrition. That should clear Eric. Justin will not lose Veers. He's going to lose Piet. There goes Red Squadron 8. There goes the Green Leader in Green Squadron 1. And there goes 3PO. Han chewing the Falcons left. That clears the system for Justin. And Eric will concede. Justin Desai is victorious. So we have GG's. We have the well played. And that's it. So congrats to Justin on advancing. Taking a look at our bracket again. Justin Desai advances over Eric. He will face Paul Myers. Gavin is winning the winner of Brad Kibble versus Zemowitz Squara. Taco Bill will face off against Joe Olson, just like everybody predicted. Bastian Winkelhaus will face off against Mike Kessling. Before we go, let's go ahead and give away our token. Our token is going to be Red 1. Red 1 Virtual. Just because we haven't seen that card in a while. And then our last giveaway for the pack. First person in the chat who can tell me who played Y4Ops Day 1 at Worlds. Timo, you cannot win this, so as you already won a pack for today. Give you a hint, there was 2 Y4Ops. see who gives. Okay, still no answers. If you need another hint, I will give it another second or two. Give it another hint. They finished within the top 20. Jared's got one. He's going to gift it. Who else played it? There's two players that played Y4Ops. Jeremy DiPaolo did not play it in the top 8 on day 1. He played Yoda Communing Kessel Run. And let's look at the bracket while everybody is waiting. I thought this one would be an easy one. All you got to do is go to your deck lists. Anthony Howard. Okay, Large Porg, you got it. Large Porg, who are you, sir? And we'll gift you a GIMP AI booster pack. So just go ahead and tell me who you are. And Jared will go ahead and get you that AI booster pack. But that's all we got for today. Again, tomorrow, checking out the streaming. There you go, Jared. That's who won the pack. Tommy, I'm sorry, I will butcher your name. TJS625. But again, tomorrow, really quick, let's go ahead and check out the streaming schedule. Tomorrow we have Game 1 and 2 of Brad Kipple versus Zimwit Squara. That is going to be going on at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Tuesday, November 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern, Game 1 and 2 of Bill versus Joe. So that is the remainder of our schedule for the top 16, and as well as the couple games into the top 8. I believe we have also November 4th, Bastion versus Kathleen at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll be covering Game 1 of Joe versus Bill, and then we'll find somebody else to do Game 1 and 2 of Bastion versus Kathleen. So the top 16 and top 8 continues until we have our winner. Thanks for everybody for watching. Make sure you tune into Hollow Theater on Wednesday at 9 p.m. for Phil Asen. Until then, everybody take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, may the force be with you. Good night, or good day, everybody.